Hi folks, welcome back to my nightmare. This is day 2 of Off With Its Head, and under the harsh lights of the photography studio lights, it just looks like a mess in here. I've got a game plan. First off, I'm going to take the vacuum cleaner over there. Today's going to be a noisy video. I'm going to take the vacuum cleaner and scrape off this gasket on top, and hopefully I can suck up all the pieces before they go in. And also, there's some of the paint that they painted the inside of the cavity with is peeling. I'm going to reach down and see if I can take off what I can that's loose and chipping, because once I close it up, I probably will never have to come back in here again, hopefully. It's got a lot of gunk everywhere. And some of the rust on the gears, you know, I think it'll be okay. But only time will tell. Now, I do have a plan. I've got certain areas in here, I'll bring you in a minute, that I'm going to put my rag around to shield like such. And I'll have a stack of magnets that I always take and hold it up with on things like this. And hopefully I can shield most of the trash that comes loose from those bearings. Now I've got like 12 bearings in here that may be difficult, but luckily there's only a few spots where there's a lot of rust. After I get these all brushed off, and while I'm brushing them, I'm going to stick some of my magnets close to it. Hopefully it'll catch some of these pieces. And then one of the viewers, Wayne, suggested that we put some into the oil sump, and I forgot about that. Thanks, Wayne. But I picked up some little ones to go in there. There's nothing else to do but start scraping, so put on your earmuffs. Here we go. Folks, got the bottom part of the oil filter housing sitting in the bath. I've been pumping cleaner through it, getting it all cleared out internally. It'll be okay. Well, I thought before I started I'd give you a little tour around the inside. The things you can see, I hope, down in there. I'm having problems with the camera today, guys. There's all kinds of crap floating in the sump down there. I'll suck that up. There's the worst of the rusty gears. You see on the side, I took my finger and just rubbed across it. I think it's just surface rust. There's a little bit over there too. Only about a third of the gear is actually rusted. You can see that line back there. All the shifting forks seem to be working well. Dogs are releasing okay. All these lines are hard lines. That's where the oil pump comes out. And actually that little system right there is for the hydraulic clutch. Or it may not be so much and it controls the brake in some manner. I'm not really up on it. It's 57 years old and hard to find info. But that's what we're doing. Now what I've always done is when I'm cleaning out, you can see in there, see the open bearings down in there. Those are the spindle bearings. But there's all kinds of other bearings around in here. And right now I've got one of them covered up. I always take little magnets, got a stack of them, and stick over there to kind of keep all the crud out best I can. I'm also, when I'm scraping, going to put a vacuum nozzle over here. I'll go from there. Anyway, welcome to my nightmare. This COVID's really making things hard to find too. Couldn't find the degreaser or the sprays I wanted, so DVD's all they had on the shelf. Bought some different brushes and scrapers. Did find a new oil filter for it. Of course, I immediately dropped it on the ground. Here's a little package of rare earth magnets I'm going to put in the sump. I'll try to find some more. That's the oil sucker I'm going to suck out the sump with, and I got a big vacuum cleaner over here ready. I'm hiding down there because it doesn't want to go in the lathe. It's a new oil filter. This is a Napa 1010. I remembered and went back through some of the stuff I'd done a long time ago where I'd put one in a 16 before, and a Wix 51010 is the same filter. And somebody said there was a Fram filter in the comments. I've never used one of them, but I'm sure it would work. Well, let's get to it. COVID's kind of messed with a lot of supply chains around here. This is a degreaser I got that was from, wasn't a foaming degreaser, and I had never used it before, and I thought it would just kind of spray up here and doesn't foam up like engine degreaser. Thought I could control it. Seems to be okay like that. Heck's that hole? Aha! I was just going to spray all this down with diesel, but I figured anything I can get up here onto a rag would be better than letting it go through the sump. COVID, I wonder if I can move that shifter over. And that gets that one. There we go. Oh yeah. I was saying during this COVID period, Don and I really are, we're not spring chickens anymore. Of course, Don's older than dirt. He transferred into the earth after they finished it. I kind of watch where I go and who I talk to and how far away, and because I sure as heck don't want to catch it. If I catch it, my wife's going to kill me, and I sure as hell would hate to give it to Dawn or her, so I'm really careful. Dawn's even more carefuler. Don's really careful. In fact, the only place Don goes and ever gets out of a vehicle is here. So I take that kind of serious and want to make sure it's safe as possible for him. I bought a lot of just regular WD-40. You know, I'd like to get a hold of the bean counters at Lowe's. People that order stuff to sell there haven't got a clue as to what they're doing. They never have enough of the things that you need. Like, they'll have the most obscure plumbing part, but only 3 90-degree elbows. When you use 30 of those to anything else. But I guess, never having worked in the trade, it's just a bunch of numbers to you. Well, that worked out pretty well using it that way. Now I'll come back and flush everything with diesel. I may run a magnet over it all. I wonder what a little magnet will do. See if it'll pick up anything in there. Anyway, I wish Don was back. The bean counters at Lowe's had this can of WD-40 sitting on the shelf. It's 12 ounces. They had another can exactly like it, same tip, same everything, but 14.5 ounces, and they wanted $2.50 more for that can. $2.50 for 2 more ounces? I think I was born yesterday. Guys, I'm really inclined to just take this thing apart. And normally I would, but I've been watching too much of Musty One, and he's starting to rub off on me. If you haven't ever watched Musty, he's a man up in New England. Used to work out of his garage. Now he's got a little bit better shop. And he's going and buying old cars and finding junk lawnmowers and stuff. And he likes to tell everybody that he's just cheap. And he's got a stash of old lawnmowers and motorcycle parts, and he does just about everything he can to save a buck. Well, I used to be where I would have just taken this thing apart and replaced all the bearings and stuff, but I'm getting better and he's rubbing off on me. I don't even know if the bearings in this thing are any good. All right. I don't know if you guys could see any better like this. This is where I'm working. Got some rags down underneath there. If we catch anything. Got this rag I lay over here, and then I stuck it down, I stick it down or push it down with this screwdriver to get back in behind there, because there's a gear right here, and then there's a bearing behind it. I'm trying to clean off the face of this gear to keep everything out. I don't know how well you guys could see that, but that seems to work okay. I'm going to put some regular WD on it and see what happens. Let's see if I can move it to the clutch. There we go. Need one more. Lay it down between the Luckily, I don't have to do a lot of these, or this would drive me crazy. Maybe we should count the rags like they do in an operation. Make sure we don't leave any in there. I wonder how well a stainless brush would work. I think that's going to be a little bit more aggressive. These dogs fit pretty tight in the, get sure all that's off.